I heard this story from my friend about an incident that happened in his village in the Western Ghats on the coastal side. A married couple lived on the outskirts of the village with their child who was around 5 or 6 years old. Their house stood a little apart from the others, with a jungle stretching out behind it. It was a typical Western Ghats village with no mobile network, only a few street lights, and almost nothing on the edges of the settlement. The couple's house had another door at the back opening toward the jungle. The man worked on his farm every day and usually returned by sunset. At a day, however, it had been raining heavily since evening. Because of the constant downpour, the woman stayed inside the house with her child. No one came to visit and she didn't go out either. It was well past sunset and quite late into the night, but her husband still hadn't returned. She wasn't too worried, assuming the rain had delayed him. Later, after preparing dinner and waiting a long time, she lost track of time. It was still raining just as hard. Suddenly, she heard a low groaning sound near the back door. At first, she thought it might be a wild boar or some animal. She peeked through the window and saw her husband sitting near the back door, drenched in rain, facing the jungle. He was sitting cross legged like a meditating saint, his eyes wide open and unblinking, staring into the darkness. She called out his name, but he didn't respond. Terrified, she hesitated to step outside. Gathering some courage, she poked a stick through the gap in the wooden door to nudge him, hoping to bring him to his senses. But he didn't react. She said it felt as if she was poking a rock, not human skin. Panicking, she grabbed a kitchen knife, held her son close, and sat chanting prayers through the entire night. The groaning didn't stop. The man sat there, drenched from evening till dawn, without a single shiver or movement. When the rain finally stopped, she could hear the sounds of villagers starting their morning chores. Taking a leap of faith, she opened the front door and ran to the nearest house. The news spread quickly, and a few men from the village went to check. They found the man lying on the ground near the back door, completely soaked. When he regained consciousness, he had no memory of what had happened. The last thing he remembered was that his usual route home had been flooded, so he took a different path, one that passed by a small temple under a tree. After that, everything was blank. It was later believed that the deity of the temple possessed those followed by evil spirits, protecting them by keeping the spirits from entering their homes, guarding the house through the night. When my friend told me the story, we tried to think of logical explanations. Maybe the man was drunk, but still sitting upright in the rain all night without shivering. Any normal person would have died of hypothermia, and that rock hard body, the endless groaning, the unblinking stare, none of it made any logical sense. The woman was too terrified to be making it up.